Louise.
Good afternoon.
Hello, so good to have you here. So you guys are from ASBO magazine.
That's correct.
Woo, there it is. Oh my God, amazing. The product itself. I love that you're so prepared. So guys, I would love you to introduce yourselves, tell us who you are, what you do, and what is ASBO.
Right. Well, I'm Jean Genie. I'm the editor of ASBO magazine, which is a print magazine, music, fashion, and culture.
I'm Johnny Hayes. I'm editor at large at ASBO magazine. It takes a lot of editors to make a magazine.
No.
I love that. So yes, so it's a print magazine. It's all about kind of culture, like cool stuff, the
Yeah.
zeitgeist, if you will. Tell us how young people are involved in ASBO as well.
So we're really a showcase from creatives. So we're music, fashion, and culture magazine. Within the media, there's few. It kind of feels like it's the kind of the same people going on and doing it. Like people from working classes and more marginalized backgrounds often find it more difficult, or people who finish uni sometimes find it difficult to get into the industry because it's very portfolio based. It's like, what have you done in the past? Um,
And who you know and who knows you.
so what we are is a gateway really for young people to work with us. Through us, they will go to London Fashion Week, for example. So this is a shoot we did at London Fashion Week. They'll work with bands, they'll work with brands, and through that, they're building up their contacts. You're also going to, as well as meeting the people, you're also building your portfolio, which in the industry counts as much of your skills are amazing. It's about what have you done. You know what I mean? You have to be able to show the work. It's portfolio-based industry, and then through that, they're able to get into work at other magazines.
I love that building experience for all the young people. It's amazing, and they have a finished product at the end to give their portfolio imagery. I love that. So, tell us about your own career journeys into the creative industries. I want to know how you guys got in as well.
So for me, I have a passion for magazines. And when I was much younger, I went to the Brit School, and the Brit School's renowned for musicians and theatrics, but they do have a media communications course. So I did that from the age of 14. And my audition piece was actually making a magazine on my own format, or like that I made crafted on Microsoft Publisher, which is going back a bit. And then what I would also do, we had the Croydon Advertiser, local newspaper. I called them up, I emailed them, or yeah, I called them up. This is going back a bit before email was as quick as it was, and offered my services. And so I actually became a reviewer locally for cafes and restaurants. And there was a record shop called Beano's, which was a secondhand record store, and I was the Saturday review girl. So essentially, what I did was just contact people, reached out and said, "Hi, I'm here. I'm keen. I'm eager. Have me. I want to get involved." And then I did my degree after the Brit School. I went to Goldsmiths University. I did a degree in media and communications, and then I did my master's in broadcast journalism, and went on to XFM, which is now Radio X, and was a broadcast assistant for John Kennedy, and then BBC Six Music with Sean Keaveney as a broadcast assistant. And I wanted to just make a very important thing to be mindful of is that within media there's many routes, and within magazines there's many routes, and you shouldn't feel that you have to just stick to one specific thing. And doing journalism with the magazine is great because my passion's music, as you could probably imagine. I'm talking about music a lot. It opened the doors for me to do other things and reviews and interviews of bands and artists and culture. Johnny!
I think like a lot of people who get into media, it's not necessarily where you end up is where you expect to be. Whereas Jeannie's been quite focused on the media. Myself, I started out principally as a musician, so I was doing I did a jazz course at Leeds Conservatoire, and that was fantastic. Got me my contacts and stuff, and then I was out on the music scene. But then I ended up working in corporate events. So that was doing sort of medical shows and the media that way. So it was a company called Closer Still Media. That also then transpired into booking a local festival, which from there and just you end up doing many different things because you're in a creative space, and yeah, it's kind of like everyone knows the phrase side gigs, I hope. Like, but it's kind of like you've got all these different pots on the boil, and then eventually, oh, that one's cooking. Let's go in that direction, and you've got all these different things happening. But yeah, you just follow I just follow my nose, like as we're going. Yeah,
I
You
love
have to be very multi-skilled and multifaceted.
yeah. Keep an open mind. Definitely keep an open mind because when you won't necessarily if you don't keep an open mind, you won't see the opportunities as they present themselves.
I love that because it sounds like keeping an open mind, staying flexible. Those are two skills that you really do, the primary skills that will then unlock other skills.
Absolutely. And another thing to be mindful of as well is like be able to do things on the fly, Yeah.
We would,
We've got portable equipment. We were actually on our way to the office to do this meeting because we had another meeting. The tram broke down. So,
it's on your office, but hey, adapt,
Uh-huh.
overcome.
it's like when we're covering festivals and things, you do have to have the equipment ready to go, because you don't have an office. You're covering events and things, you're not in an office.
Like
So
Reading,
just to get it
download
like.
festivals, yeah.
Absolutely. Oh my God, amazing. And so, as you kind of already alluded to, there are lots of different people in this space that are making things work, like so many different people that make the magazine, right? What
Stylists, photographers, journalists. Go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, what do you think is the most underrated or overlooked odd job that you need?
I would say PR.
I would say, yeah,
It's not overlooked as such or underrated, but sometimes I think people who have done creative degrees or want to be in magazines think, right, I must be a journalist, I must interview. Well, actually, PR, public relations, is a very useful way to tell a side of a story, but from maybe the artist's perspective, for instance. So we work with PR a lot. Go ahead, Johnny.
yeah, or a brand's perspective. It's kind of probably I'd probably say there's probably a lot more people working in PR than there are working in the magazine industry because they're out there, they're telling the stories. Like we've got so in our job. I mean, as much as it is going to events, a lot of it is looking at the email.
Yes.
Because you're finding out people are sending you things, and these PR companies, so they'll reach out to you, say, "New album's out. How would you like to follow this link? Have a listen. And if we like it, we might cover it.
Mm.
Or it could be like a fashion brand reaching out and saying, "We're opening this new shop. Well, we've got a launch. Do you want to check it out? So yeah, definitely PR. I would say is something maybe if you're interested in journalism, that a lot of people, and certainly a lot of journalists and a lot of people who are in the journalism space have worked in PR in the past.
It's such a good example as well of how two different creative industries need each other in order to exist.
Yes. We coexist.
Yeah, publishing and advertising, PR and marketing overlap in the same way that all the other industries do. And so if you, as a young person, if you're not sure necessarily what creative industry you want to work in, you can combine stuff. This is one of those
Yes.
examples.
And I'd say, in terms of tips,
Yes.
keep writing, keep creating, get a blog going. And we're in the digital age. You don't have to spend lots of money on a website, expensive website. You can do it for free. There's lots of platforms where you can actually just start creating your own output.
Yeah, I'd say like certainly if you're the kind of person who likes talking to people, who's quite quite friendly and outgoing, it's a very public facing. You'll need to meet people. You'll need to talk to people. And again, like Jeannie's saying, you don't need anything to start out. I mean, a lot of people even just go out and start their own.
Tumblr.
Well, yeah, they can start out their own thing like reviewing gigs and stuff because it's their passion. A lot of this industry is driven by passion, right?
Like Drowned in Sound, like does a blog.
Yeah, like there's a blog, or you got a lot of PR people go out into business for themselves, because there's a whole range, and there's a lot of people out there who will employ you to work on PR. But again, it's freelance, you know what I mean? So you do need to be very self-motivated and self-starting.
I love
It's
that.
not sort of like you can go and get a job with a big agency, and it's obviously great for getting experience and things, but a lot of people are much more independent than that. They'll be on their own.
And these are useful skills to have that you can apply to any sector.
Absolutely. And like you say, you can go out and create your own opportunities. Don't wait for something to fall into your lap. Go start something yourself. So you said Drowned in Sound originated as a blog. Is that right?
Yes, so Drowned in Sound had started just from the passion of the creator. He'd go out to gigs. I see him from time to time, just saying, you know what, I want to talk about my favorite bands. And ASBO magazine is similar in that we have journalists and students who come to us and say, I'm really passionate about rock music. I want to write about it. Or I'm passionate about electronic music. Could I write about that? And we have people who like fashion.
Yeah, well, even some of the people who are writing with us have got their own blogs, you know, and you know, like GT squares and things like that. However, yeah, I would say like just in general, you know, if you do start doing a blog, getting content out there, then you know, don't hesitate. You know, if you're into it, re like start writing about it. You know, if you want to go to gigs or write about things you're passionate about, you know, be it games, be it music, be it fashion, just start writing about it. But then you can always reach out to the brands, to the games and things like that, and say, look, I'm interested in this game. You know, can I review it? Or you know, I love the new collection. Can you send me a lookbook, or maybe they'll invite you to a show or something? You know, it very much is just about people meeting people. People buy people. It can sometimes feel like, you know, there's a big distance, but there's not, because it's just people, and you just got to reach out, you know, engage.
I love that. And so, guys, if anyone wants to get involved in ASBO, or if they want to get their hands on a copy, where would they go about finding that? And what are your kind of spaces, I suppose, that they should go in order to learn more?
Instagram, you can reach us on Instagram, which is our handle at ASBO_magazine at Instagram.
We're on
ASBO
Instagram.
magazine.
We're online all the time. Instagram's going quite well. Then we've got a website. Obviously, we've got a lot of things on there. Also, if you want to pick up the magazine,
Magazine.com.
we go out in Rough Trade, we go out in Resident Records, Piccadilly Records, Revolution Records, all the eyes. So it's going. There's loads of different record shops that we go out in nationally. We also go out in Truck Records, but also like a lot of unis, student unions.
Yes, we go to university libraries. We're the most stolen magazine in university libraries, which is saying something because it's a free magazine.
Also,
Yeah,
so I love that. So on brand, weirdly. I don't know why, because
yeah.
it's like, I love that.
Well, it's because the magazine's written by young creatives. Then you know it's be you know I'd love to say that like I'm behind all this, but no, it's all written by young people. So yeah, if you're interested in getting in touch with us, reach out to us through the Instagram, or reach out to us through your emails. It's just Tony@asbomagazine.com, or Genie at asbomagazine.com, and from there, you know, we'll just have a conversation and find out what you like, what you're interested in, if you want, you know, and then yeah, get involved.
I love that.
Looking to hearing your thoughts and suggestions.
Thank you guys so much. You've been an absolute pleasure to talk to. I love how you're, you know, out and about, like you say. It's kind of like, oh, I don't know, it's nice to see people in their kind of normal environment talking about what they do. And that's the flexibility of what you guys do, isn't it? You can just, you know, do a call like this anywhere, which is amazing.
Yes, and we're dressed up as we're on our way to an awards. It's the Musos Awards in Camden.
The news goes towards,
That's where media partners.
but we're going to that.
Yeah.
Before that, we've got to go to a Gibson
Gibson
Garage. They're
Garage
doing a gig.
with a band called Roller. So,
Oh my God, guys, the
But
glass.
with this feeling. So
this
there's
is
lots
it.
going
We
on.
spend a lot of time out and about because we always want to be meeting people and finding out what's going on, you know, because it literally is about connections, you know.
Absolutely, networking as you go. That is exactly what every young person watching needs to learn to do. You guys need to go build that.
You know, it's a soft skill. It's not something like someone's going to teach you, but just the more you do it, the more you'll get it. You know, try and come up with like a little pitch about what you are, who you do, or who you are, and what you do, and then from there, you know, you can quickly explain people what you do without sort of tripping over your words and stuff, and then you know, just open a conversation, speak to people as people. You know,
I'd also say, just to make sure you're aware, that ASBO magazine is the leading project of the charity, the D Foundation. And another source where people can go, young people can go, is the Media Trust, another charity, to find out more about getting into the media.
I love that. Thank you. What a wonderful note to end on. That's all we got time for, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate you both being here, and thank you for your
Thank
work.
you for having us.
Thank you so much. Bye, guys.
bye.
Lovely awards ceremony. Enjoy.